Hello, hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of The Strength of Thousands. Here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. Tonight, The Strength of Thousands AP. You know, sometimes when I hear myself coming through on someone else's line, I think I'm an
Sorry.
Animal Crossing character
Hey, it
for a
wasn't me
minute.
this time.
It was me that time. My phone was up. I
Makes
forgot
me
to
think
turn
of
it down.
myself as an Animal Crossing character, and it excites me. But in all seriousness, Strength of Thousands AP tonight. But before we get into that, other announcements. Tomorrow night, Sprout stream, Will, Matt, Data, Final Fantasy 14. Just having a good time, relaxing, chilling out. Wednesday, Wild Ambition. Come and watch McKenna probably yell at me for a good amount of that stream. Then
Honey Madeline probably won't give too much of a fuck. But when Nimbus catches you, Lorgar, when Nimbus
Oh.
catches you,
Actually,
you
by the
are
way,
so
no.
dead.
Actually, that was a lie. That was a joke I made. Lorgar had no part of it.
Well, neither did Honey Madeline.
No, it was a
Convenient.
heroic sacrifice that had nothing to do with the rest of the party, actually. We were rolling
Yes.
terribly.
Yeah.
I'm gone for one goddamn week.
And we needed your sleight of hand to open a door 4 times. And then,
It was a
actually,
very
no,
big door.
you had to do it once and then hold your part and not get to use your skills anymore.
We needed all hands on
Indeed,
deck.
it was a
really.
very large door that needed 4 people to successfully open it together.
Simultaneously. While bugs were raining from the sky.
Yeah.
And there
It
was
was
a
a very-
giant bug.
It was a very intense encounter. I am very happy with how it turned out because it was very climatic.
We all thought we were all going to die. So yes, I would say it was very.
So what about
Anyway,
this stream?
well-
Did we all
Yeah.
play on this stream?
No, we didn't play last week.
Oh, that's right.
Because we were down more than half the cast. But
yeah, that's true.
then on Friday, we took last Friday off so I could go and have the worst night of Commander of my life. So Friday night, Matt, you were the only good part about that night. So for this Friday, Astral Calling is back as we do the Meteorite lab.
That's right. We're going down,
Yes, you're
down,
going
down.
deep underground.
I regret that I am not going to be able to make it on Friday.
Oh,
I'm sorry. The
sad.
Meteorite Lab sounds very fun and very up Evie's alley.
It's going to be multiple sessions, so you'll still
That's
get to
good.
do parts of it.
Have a
Then
work thing.
have fun. Then on Saturday, the Tabletop Bros, Charterstone. Hopefully more than one game this week, but this week's round took us an hour, almost 2 hours to finish one round of the game. So we're doing that. Then on Sunday, Cozy Co-op, Will, Sarah, Emily playing Stardew Valley, having a good time. And then Monday,
Teddy in
Strength
a
of Thousands.
sweater.
Teddy in a sweater. Monday, Strength of Thousands AP, the show you're watching right now. And chat, if you are in the chat, please go and click the link that CB put into the chat and fill out your Video Game Awards survey for the channel this year so that we can have your thoughts go on about the Video Game Awards that we're putting on the channel. We're doing a Game of the Year thing with some questions. I think it's like 8 or 9 questions. So if you can go fill out that survey for us, we're going to incorporate that into the Tabletop Bros Game of the Year show. But yeah, Strength of Thousands AP, the show you're watching right now. Why are you watching the show? Well, personally, I think it's because of the incredibly dapper, handsome, well-dressed, and very much companion in a very good video game style GM. We have Matt.
I've got an exclamation point above my head. It's
Well,
time for a conversation.
Who I sometimes call Matthew. Oh, Matt.
Randomly.
A fun thing about for people playing Veilguard. Fun thing I discovered: if the lights are on, if the lamps that are hanging outside of the companions' rooms are lit, they want to talk to you.
I mean, icons also appear on the map.
Yes, but if you don't open the map, you don't see those things
Why would you not open the map?
because you can just
I'm
look
constantly opening the map.
you can just look at the lights and figure it out that way. But
No,
Matt,
but I can look at the map as soon as I come through the Illuvian. Why would I need to move?
We want to walk around the lighthouse.
No, Will. Efficiency. But anyway, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Strength of Thousands adventure path. The full party is reassembled, possibly for the last time. If I have really good rolls, I don't know. Maybe I've got some sneaky tricks in for tonight. Oh, what are you gonna do? But
Well,
there are
use
people
our
in this
surprise
chat.
round to our most advantage and let McKenna nuke the entire universe before we go into this room.
But speaking of sneaky people who might foil my dastardly plans, we have a wonderful crew of people here today, and I'm going to start with the person who was gone and is now back, and absence makes the heart grow fonder for Meteor Swarm. It's McKenna. Please introduce yourself, your character, and I may have asked a question like this before, but I'm doing a little different tonight. If you could greenlight and have made a adaptation of a video game into a television or movie, but with a bit of a twist, what would it be? And I will give you an example because this is an odd question. I would love a serialized Mass Effect TV show, but we split the difference, and both Shepards are characters in the show. They are siblings that joined the service together. And that way, you get to have multiple different stories. One can be kind of Paragonish, one can be Renegade, and you can have two different love interests on the show because they each get a love interest.
That is brilliant.
That's hopefully not each other.
Oh,
Report to the ship.
Tynan, reporting back to you after a week in Japan, which is where I got this cute little Gigi.
Oh,
teacup
didn't even
and
notice that.
saucer.
Don't drop it.
From the Studio Ghibli store in Kyoto. I love this. I got a handful of different teacups and mugs. I was very, very nervous about shipping back basically a suitcase that was full of ceramics for
Oh no.
things that I had bought and also gifts for other people. But I think the actual only casualty was a bottle of perfume that leaked a little bit.
Oh.
But it wasn't a lot of a leak. It was only a little of a leak. And it was inside of a plastic bag, so it didn't leak onto anything besides itself.
nice. Win. That's a win.
That's a win, and I will drink to that. Tonight
Another
I'm playing
smash.
Avi Avi. No, I'm not going to do I even made myself a little pot of tea in like a teapot to drink it with. This is my cursed teapot, by the way. I don't think I've ever shown this on stream. If I crank the music box on the bottom of it, it plays a really, really cursed off-key rendition of Tea for Two and Two for Tea.
It's very fun.
If
I
there's
love
any
that
occasion
teapot.
to play
When I tell you I
cursed-
adore that teapot, I adore that teapot.
It's an antique that I found on eBay, and it is one of my favorite things that I own. I'm
It-
sorry, I'm so
It
off track.
truly
I have
is
a
an
little jet lag.
antique.
I walked right into that one. I can't even be mad. But tonight I am playing Avi Avi, the Nyctera Witch. And if I were to do a video game adaptation, I would really love to see a video game adaptation, high budget, of Ghost Trick,
Mhm.
which is
Yeah.
has
Not what I was
anyone else here
expecting.
played Ghost Trick?
Yes.
Ghost Trick is one of my favorite video games. It has one of the most solidly well executed plot twists I've ever gotten to experience in a story-based game like that.
Good
Played it
game.
on my
I-
phone.
Think it is just a prime, a really ready piece of media for just some really dynamic animation. I think it would have to be animated,
Yeah.
obviously. And I think I would want all of the Rube Goldberg effect sequences to be set to really sick music. I think the twist is that the soundtrack for Ghost Trick would have to be immaculate. They'd have to really pull some heavy hitters out to do the music for it. That's what I would want to see an animated adaptation of.
Delightful. And I have no segue. Will, please introduce yourself, your character, and what high budget video game adaptation you would do with a twist.
Hello. My name is Will, also known as Tabletop Roles on the internet. Tonight, I'm playing Igara, the Gribbly Summoner. Gamma, their Fey Eidolon. And those are the only two that are showing up unless we need athletics checks. But as for my video game adaptation, I would. This might be a strange sounding idea, but this is my hear me out, okay, chat? So here's my little hear me out cake, okay?
Uh-oh.
So there's a game called Spiritfarers.
Ah, that's
And
not a hear me out. That's legit. That's a legit one.
so here is my hear me out.
Oh, here it comes.
Here's the twist. The show would start off as people thinking the first episode of the show would be their lives, would be showing all these people's lives before they became dead. And basically the twist at the end of the first episode is half the episodes are going to be a plot of all these people intermingling while they were living, and then the other half is going to be the plot of the actual game.
When they passed on.
When they
Okay.
passed on.
Yeah.
So every night, the main character wakes up on their ship after whatever's happened for the day, or however they've passed out in that day, and then boom.
Give it to me. I will consume this media immediately.
And that's my idea.
I like it.
Well then, if you like it so much, why don't you give us a pitch? Please, Zosie, introduce yourself.
My pitch, and you can't see it, but I'm throwing my arm back like I'm going to throw a baseball because I know a sport. But you know who doesn't know a sport? That's my character, Ophelia. Oh, I'm Zoe, and I don't know sports. And Ophelia, she is our bard who also does not know sport, unless you count yoga as a sport, because, you move. And I just dance. Dance is sport, as well.
It's a sport.
And my all-time favorite video game obsession, something I would see in media because it is so exhausting to play the game. Sure, I would watch it and cry. Transistor.
Hmm.
Oh, it'd be so
I want
stylish.
that show to wreck me. And my twist is cast me in it. Okay, great.
Ooh, yes.
I mean, it's a twist. And last but certainly not least, the most perfect member of our cast. That was terrible. I regret everything. Sarah, please introduce yourself.
The immediate regret on your face.
And make everyone
Sarah,
forget.
please save him.
Save
Yeah,
him.
I will. Hi, everybody. I'm
Nice
Sarah
saving,
Margaret,
Matthew.
also known as Cosmic DD746 on Twitch and other social media based things. And I'm playing Charlotte, the Anati toxicologist. I do not know. Okay, so I do know, but the problem is if I turn it into I want to animate it.
Mhm.
But I want to animate it again, but this time do it right
Ooh.
and do it correctly. And that would be Legend of Zelda. But I'm talking like Legend of Zelda with modern art graphics, maybe even in kind of like sketch style.
If I may, on a scale of like Legend of Korra, Vox Machina kind of style animation to Arcane, where are we landing?
Probably more 2D hand drawn.
Okay.
And if only because I want to. So, one of the things that I think is a great twist is having that kind of darker fantasy based thing, kind of like I'm thinking more Castlevania, The Witcher animated, which has a darker like palette tone to it. Kind of like what Twilight Princess in a 3D model, but more 2D. But like, yeah, that is what I want to do. And as the component of the twist, the only character that does not have any speaking would be Link, 100%, just period. And I wouldn't just make him a non-speaking protagonist. He would be legitimately like signing. He would have to sign to communicate, which I think is kind of helpful because while he does have vocals, I think it'd be very interesting to not allow the vocals anymore. Just have a mute protagonist. And then the story is obviously written for itself. Anyway, that's my, twist on it. I would get it animated and direct it differently than the previous iterations of the animation had gone, which were not great.
Well, yes. I mean,
But
do
there-
those even count? I feel like those are so not in the spirit of what the series is today.
Well, excuse
Excuse
me,
me,
princess.
This
They
princess has some
have-
opinions.
They have an almost horridly special place in my heart, deep down in my heart.
Oh, absolutely. But they're special in their own way.
No, but I would make a Legend of Zelda animated, which I think honestly is the best way to go about with that game. But I would make it more in the darker style of more Castlevania and the Witcher the animated stuff.
It would be an
So.
interesting new Link for the series to explore.
Yeah, because I think it falls more under the Twilight Princess older Link.
And now-
could get away with live action. I just don't think it would be as fun.
No, I don't think so.
For the final twist, everyone look under your chairs. You'll find a Blu-ray box set of your very series you just mentioned.
Wow.
I would cry.
And you wouldn't
I
even
would-
remember having been in it. So,
Having directed it, which is what I would have done.
Oh my
Written
god.
and directed it, yes. Nintendo, please.
And
You
then-
know I will do it justice.
what is it, Mr. Bowser or something? I don't know.
It is Mr.
Anyway.
Bowser.
Will, why don't you go ahead then and roll that intro and let's get into the
Yeah.
fun.
Pushing the button now.
Potatoes.
Lightning round
Potato.
question. I'm gonna go Will, McKenna, Zoe, Sarah. Give me your favorite
What?
potato dish. Will, favorite potato dish.
Oh.
Gallop.
McKenna,
I'm Irish. This is a hate crime. I love them all.
Oh.
I'll accept that.
Valid.
Zoe,
Twice baked potato.
oh,
Full
Sarah,
fixings.
Sweet potato fries.
and finally Matt. Just the most crispy hash browns.
Ooh.
Mm.
I had
Potatoes
Family
and
Mart
multiple-
hash browns. My last morning, the Family Mart hash browns are fucking peak.
Did you get the
Ooh,
Diglett donut?
Oh no.
Oh.
I think those were from what? I'm Donuts. There were a lot of places I didn't go purely because
Dovies,
the line of
ooh.
influencers was like 2 hours long. And I just there were a lot of places in Tokyo where they're like, you can take a number and come back in 2 hours, and I was like, you know what? I appreciate that you're numbering this, but I'm fine.
Support small business.
Yes. support all.
Yippee.
And speaking of small business, the Magambia. Psych, it's not a
Ugh.
small business. It's in fact not a business. It's a magical school. Where did they get their funding? Probably as a side benefit of adventuring.
And how often are we getting paid as professors? God, who knows?
I mean,
being
we're
paid
supposed to
in
have like a per
experience.
A
diem.
stipend. We are supposed to have a stipend for working.
That was
Stipend
being a
that we got at
student,
level
actually.
1.
I,
You guys are-
I'd like to
Again.
point out
Your
that
studies are self-funded.
most likely what it is student if as any good college, if we're looking at it from the mindset of an American
AMDA.
college, it's
Oh, no.
coming from
Oh, yeah.
it's coming from the point of the students are in fact paying for the school to do what the school does. Anywho,
But anyway, back to Fantasyland, where if someone is evil, you can just kill them.
yay!
Yippee!
Also, we cracked this door open.
Yes. I'm double checking. It wasn't like a magnet. No, it was a good stealth. Okay, so yes, you guys
It
have
was a
successfully
47 stealth.
peeked into the room without combat actually starting, and you guys, I think, we're going to decide on, like, you can take one action before you immediately lose stealth. But to recap just a little bit, especially for McKenna, because it's been even longer for her, you guys are investigating now what is known as the Protea Pavilion, which is apparently where you are supposed to find Corday, a member of the Magambia staff who has been acting quite strangely, didn't even show up for your big ceremony where you guys are being potentially inducted as the next generation of magic warriors, which
Rude.
is a generic sounding kind of name, but is in fact a very storied group from Magambia's history, and in fact possibly the history of Galeria, because
Galeria, because the magical warriors have saved Galeria multiple times.
so they're like the anti-rune lords.
Yeah, which, by the way, y'all, we might do it as a short series of this channel. There is going to be next year coming out a Pathfinder AP that is all the different magic schools across Galarian sending representatives to compete in like a magic school tournament. And I think it'd be hilarious to do like a one shot in that setting just for fun.
I have to find
Like,
a school
we
that's like
don't-
the rich
we
funny
don't-
people.
We don't care what level the AP is. We just put our characters into it at level 20 and just wipe the floor with everyone. Anyway. Ignore me and my rambling.
All right. And you guys have dealt with several troubling kind of encounters throughout the outskirts of the Protea Pavilion, including animated statues, angry trees that scampered away, strangely corrupted members of the student body and staff that you were previously
Specifically
friendly
the Rain
with.
Scribes.
And now you have entered the Protea Pavilion proper, dealt with a out-of-character Mariama and a weird shadow person, and now you've cracked a door open to find a sort of like greenhouse, kind of solarium looking building with more shadowy guys, a more characterful looking one because he has an actual name, and some sort of magic circle going on in there. And you guys are like peering through a crack in the door.
Pray thee return to the solarium.
So we end the title scroll and zoom back in on the cast. You guys are not going to have long to decide what you want to do to get this all started, but I'm going to give you a couple minutes here just to figure this out.
Sits and waits for Avi to nuke them out of existence.
If Avi wants to use the nuke, if not, I can just throw a series of like very flashy bombs in there. Do some relative damage beforehand.
Suppose I could drop an oopsie noopsie.
Well,
The
Yeah.
issue is I can only see 3 of them, and I have a sneaking suspicion that there is more than 3 of them.
any, if you can take out less than 3.
I mean, if you drop it on the 3 of them and focus on those 3, either way, that'll be a good chunk of damage on whatever this encounter ends up being.
That's true. Okay. So I get 4. I can drop one because these are all 10-foot squares. Here, here, and here. I'm just trying to decide if I want to drop one here, which is technically within my line of sight, just in case there's something over in this area that I might hit, or if it's better to deal double duty and drop one like here, so that I think
Double
40
duty,
I'm going to
I
make this
think.
potentially easier for you. Avi, give me a quick perception check.
There we go. That will help.
Thank you.
Duty.
Every time- Y'all,
I'm allowed.
35.
every time we go into 1 in 14, Data makes the same joke.
All right,
Dude,
never mind. 35. You're like, okay. You see what you see.
Sure.
I think you should double down.
Okay,
Just in
then-
case, so we can at least knock one or two out of the ring. If nothing
I say
else.
double down on the named
Mm.
one, just because they're named. Anything with a
Well,
name, KIS.
He's got like a
We
golden
don't know
dragon
that.
above his nameplate.
Let me
I
put
don't
it
see
in
any
chat.
names.
Yeah, what do you wait? Oh,
Oh, you
what's
you
that?
don't
What are the floating letters?
wait. Are these above our heads too?
What? When?
Oh wait,
How?
why does this?
Where?
Why does it say level? Why does it say level 12 above all of our heads? Or sorry, level
12.
18 above all of our heads.
Level
You guys
18.
would be in trouble if you were level 12. Jeez. All right, so we're doing the Fallen Stars. All right, so McKenna, for our audience who didn't have the pleasure of working through this last time, as I pull out a pen and paper here.
Yeah, I'm not doing the math on this one again for you, but that's all you.
Hopefully, it should be a little easier this time because there aren't I don't think any weird resistances this time.
Also, while McKenna is figuring this out, I would like to point out a fun little fact that not everybody can see. I had to go in and find my spare pen that I keep as just a fun little pen in the front that I don't actually use because I've got a giant sweater wearing cat that is sitting directly in front of where my pens are, so I can't get to the pens to write in the book. And I have to use the pen that I don't want to write with because it's a very sensitive pen and it's a one of a kind. So
There, Pen. Everything will be okay if I write with you.
I already had to
tell it.
I already had to super glue its ear back on.
Oh,
Thought you meant like an emotionally sensitive pen.
It is
Is there a way
a
for me to just
specific
draw a
pen that I got
circle?
from Final Fantasy Fan Fest 2 years ago.
yeah, cute.
Will, can you assist with that?
Yes, I can. What do you need?
I just want to be able to draw a circle and have it stay there because I can only have one at a time when I do this. But is there a way for me to just draw it myself?
If there's a will,
There
there's a way.
is, but it'll just be easier if
Funny. Comedy.
there is. It'll just be easier if I. Maybe not. Uh-oh. Control Z. There is a way for you to do it. It just might be slightly easier if I do it. Can you figure out how?
Oh, hold on. I had a thought. Well, what if we put in some generic little things on the map and give them auras, and you can move them around?
That is an option. Yes.
Here,
How long
let's
will
make a
it
whole
stay on
bunch
the
of
field?
Endures and Darknesses.
Wait,
Actually, wait.
how
better-
long will it stay on
but
the
better-
field?
better-
Can you get
better-
rid of it?
Better idea.
Oh,
Just-
well, that's a matter of opinion.
I mean, I think it's a good idea. Hear me out. This is another hear me out moment.
Everyone's hear me outs.
Okay, this isn't really a hear me out that I would put onto a hear me out cake. But it is a hear me out. I just have to scroll to her.
Not that being
Also,
our next.
while Will's working on
villain
this,
stream.
I have a quick question for the party who are younger and more hip than me. This might just be a sign that I'm onto line too much. Has anyone else here heard the term situationship?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I'm not weird and online too much.
All right. What size aura do you need, McKenna?
40-foot burst.
40
What
and
size what?
10. Or
What size? What?
Aura.
It sounded like something very different to me. Mm-hmm.
Sure, Bard.
Watch
You
which
got-
bard you're talking to, dude. This is not the Wednesday show. This is the Monday show.
Ah, the Garl bombs.
why is Carl's 40 foot so much bigger than my 40 foot?
Because she's a
That's a
10-foot
great
creature.
Carl is
question.
superior.
Good
okay.
question, huh?
Because apparently, according to Veilguard, Garl is now canonically voiced by Erika Ishii in a lower register.
Yeah, on your canon.
All right, so McKenna, where would you like a Garl?
I do have a question though, Will. Why is Garl large size?
Because they're 10-foot
So there are
landing.
two bursts
Oh,
when it
oh,
comes
yes, right.
to
Right.
falling stars. There is the
The initial,
Origin.
the
Yes.
crater and the impact.
yes.
I guess if it's done
Boom.
from the center,
Boom.
it would only be that much. Because it would only be
Right.
30 from the center.
It's how the physics of bombs work.
Yeah.
First you have the impact,
But I figured we
and
would
then
just
you have
use
the
Garl's.
residual effects.
How many do you
Can
get,
you-
McKenna?
I get 4.
Yeah, I'm just
you
going
get
to
the boom,
give me a second.
and then you
to
get the
put
bada
them all
bing.
on.
Boom, bada
Bada boom. Bada bing. Bada boom.
While we're
You
doing
hear?
this,
Can give me
after
control
this
of
is
them?
done,
That's what I'm
after this
doing.
is done, we will be moving into like growing initiative. So everyone maybe start thinking about what your first turn's gonna be,
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
right. Got it. Yeah, sure. Got it.
just so we're
Okay.
all making use of this time, without me,
Okay, got
without me having
Yeah.
to ask more potato-related questions.
God, I love potatoes.
it.
I just think they're neat.
I just think they're neat.
You ever heard of
Potato.
You ever hear the lady who handed out potatoes at Halloween and they thought people would hate it, but it became a local legend for the street, and they're like, "Oh, you're the potato house."
The potato lady. Yeah.
Look, if I handed out something that made me some sort of local legend where everybody's like, "Did you hear about that?" I would die. I would be so happy. Be like, "Am I the local witch?" Yes! Finally!
Now I want to see
Everything I hoped for.
Avi, you
my
should be
favorite
able
new
to
show,
movies.
Potato Witch. There was a local legend in my neighborhood back when I would go out for Halloween. There was one house that would always hand out entire cans of pop.
We do that.
Like, wow! And then there was that thing that had like the large, like a full-sized Mars bar. I'm like, oh my gosh. Me in my costume over my parka.
Yeah, trick-or-treating got really stale after I turned 11 and couldn't eat anything.
Oh.
Aww.
Because everybody handed out chocolatey bars and stuff, and I was like, ah. So
Sarah-
my brother had to give me all of his Skittles and his Smarties and all of the pure
Keeping in
gelatin
mind
stuff.
for our Canadian audience, Smarties are different in the States than they are in Canada.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, because I do
They're
not
the-
care for
Smarties.
Smarties.
Smarties are
Powder
rockets.
pills.
Yeah.
I like
Smarties.
Rockets.
When they were
Yeah.
the only thing you could consume, you lived with it.
Yeah.
Smarties are rockets.
Adapted.
So I think this is what I'm going to do.
And so we'll feel the residual.
So, Matthew,
waves.
can I have them all make, I believe it is a reflex save.
Double
You'd
checking.
be shocked
Yes,
if it
basic
were
reflex
anything
save.
else. Yeah.
All right, so we'll start with the Shianasi Waymaker, the named one, who's going to make a reflex save. Yeah, they
Jesus
critically.
Christ.
Well, they're a
Well,
mini boss. What do you want from me?
I want them to fail.
Well, you can't have that.
All we ask for.
Um,
Don't ask for much.
I want my 9th level spell to do damage.
the one in the middle of the room fails.
Fails.
One closest to the door fails. There you go. See, you ask and I receive, or I give. What?
You.
You ask and I
I
receive.
swear this is tea. I swear this is tea.
Wait a
Oh, if
second.
only Chapel Roans the Giver was on Spotify.
All right, so big guy. We don't even have to worry about him. He's taking no damage
Yeah.
from anything.
And they both take. Oh boy. Okay.
All right, so the first center, they're each going to take the 60-10, and then they're each going to take.
So I've already rolled that. Man, I rolled dick on that 60-10. That's so sad. So they each take the 17 bludgeoning damage immediately.
All goes through.
They also immediately take 55 chosen energy. I need to choose an energy. I guess I'll choose
Choose an energy from the universe.
Sonic. I think I can choose Sonic.
I mean, that would be appropriate. It's gonna be loud.
Hedgehog.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it loud. I'll choose Sonic. So they also each take immediately 55.
I don't play the Sonic games, all I know is the
damage
music.
All right, so each of the ones that failed are taking 17 plus 55.
to start. Yes.
Okay.
Blue then takes an additional 55 because it overlaps with the second one's radius.
Thank you for using the colors.
I can't see the color on the center one, so I'm just going to keep referring to
Red.
it as the center one.
It's just blue and red.
Yeah, we're cut
Red
off on
takes
vision,
2
so
additional bouts of 55 damage because there's the one that is the northernmost explosion,
Yep.
and also Blue's explosion in addition to its own explosion.
there
So
are
17 plus parentheses 55 times 3.
Times
he's on the
3.
world's worst Venn diagram.
All right, but all right, so that is 182 damage for blue and just the 17 plus 55 for red.
Other way around. Also,
Oh.
no. So red has 17 plus 55 times 3. That's red.
Okay.
Blue has 17 plus 55 times 2.
Okay. So, 17 plus 55 plus 55. All right, so blue will take 127 and red will take 182. All right. That immediately
Also-
brings us into combat.
Does Ophelia want to give me that back as a reaction?
You know what? Sure.
That's Matt's way of saying there's not going to be a room big enough after this to allow this to work.
Not like that.
I also don't care about these bad guys.
Right? I have he has no emotional attachment to them.
I didn't name them.
Also, initiatives.
We will be rolling initiative now. I should also point out that due to the choice of sonic damage, everyone knows you're here now.
Oh,
There will be
yeah,
no
all
further
of
stealth.
China knows you're here.
Yes.
Oh.
So
All
everyone
I'm
please
saying
roll
is,
initiative.
Just wait until Matt's attached to the NPCs that we murder, or bring down an entire city. We'll find out.
Well, you keep saying that, but by the time you're powerful enough to do that, the city will probably be populated with people you care about.
Yeah. Well, I
So-
mean, if I play the Kineticist, it's technically available to me to start bringing down buildings at like level 3.
Oh, good God.
Probably not very big ones, though.
Nope, any building that has metal support.
Don't bring down the buildings. I need them for my underground.
A
I
lot
mean
of
my
these-
legitimate business.
On a scale
Look,
of
a
1
lot of these are brick. It's
on a
just
sc-
brick.
On a scale of 1 to
I need
Anders.
them for my legitimate business, all right? Don't mess with the
Yeah.
building.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Bugaboo.
That's a
Bobbidi-boo.
baby.
God, I saw the
Bobbidi-boo.
most interesting, whilst we're rolling initiative, saw the most interesting TikTok today.
Oh, also, Will, you can get rid of the Garls now.
Yes. Going through
Unless I'm going first, in which case I'm just going to do that again.
going through the dichotomy of basically the difference between your relationship with Fenris and your relationship with Anders, and how
Mhm.
like Fenris leaves you for your sake, but Anders stays with you for their own sake.
Oh,
how-
that's why Fenris is supreme.
It was a very good like 5-minute TikTok video I sent to Sarah, I think. So Sarah, you'll get to
Oh.
It
watch
seems like somebody is going first, actually.
Actually, possibly yes.
Considering I rolled a 5.
Didn't
Also, I think
roll
the bad
much
guys
better.
rolled pretty bad.
I think no, you see, I rolled worse than you. I rolled a 3.
Oh. Bollocks.
Yeah. You know,
And this
It
is in
just
Baldur's
says
Gate, so Avi still has
books.
her action even though she initiated combat. It's great.
Can I go
Lol.
Uh,
Meteor shower.
first? We'll put those girls back on the map.
You know,
Put those girls back on the
Those girls
board.
back
Again.
with
Again.
for reasons I can't reveal to you guys, because one day I may actually want you to read this story, using girls this way is actually darkly hilarious.
oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
You don't know why, Will.
No, what it was.
and them right where they were this instant.
Put that thing back where it came from, or so
Or so help me.
So help me. So help me.
All right, I'm just gonna rip off this sticky note.
No.
There you
It's
go,
the
Avi.
same vibe as the Mercer tear the sheet apart.
Yeah, well, you killed that NPC before they
All
even
right, well,
spoke.
moving on.
Red,
That's
blue,
not
and
exactly
boss.
where they were, but I think that's okay. I think it still has the same.
It does the
Okay,
same
if
effect.
you could
Yeah.
roll me those saves again, Matthew. that
All
would be
right, we'll
fantastic.
start with the
Critical
Waymaker again.
fail.
You can't possibly critically succeed twice.
Critically fail.
Well, don't say that, Will.
Nah,
Why
Will,
would
why
you
don't
do
you
that?
tug on that sword of Damocles a little harder? 42. Not a
Not
critical
bad.
success,
Not
but
a
a
critical
success.
success.
And the other ones,
Natural one.
red
I will say,
and blue. Oh, okay, I did critically see it on the
Dang.
middle one. And
The
blue.
middle one has had enough.
All right,
Well,
so
I think
everyone's
they may have all succeeded.
succeed, critical succeed. So,
Okay.
but you didn't have the
Boo.
element of surprise, so it sort of makes sense.
Yeah.
hmm.
They were
Yeah.
They were standing there like they couldn't possibly do this another
I
time.
don't know
Oh
what
shit!
time.
Here's the thing. The first time it happened, they smashed through the gosh damn ceiling, so they didn't immediately associate this with people hiding in the doorway. They're like,
Fair
oh god,
enough.
we're being
Now
attacked
there's-
from outside.
Oh, and I rolled so much better on damage this time too. That's
Oh,
Da-da-da-dun,
Tragic.
da-dun, da-dun.
well,
tragic.
I love that song.
All right.
what are you gonna
So
do?
that we're not going to worry about.
Whop.
Main baddie is taking the initial 40,
God, yeah, that is
Plus-
so much better.
52 times 2.
God, ouch.
So 104. So
Yes.
144. I can do math.
Oh,
Oh, that was the boss.
I think that was the boss.
Okay.
I think blue may actually be taking the same.
He is getting hit by one overlap and his own one. So
Yeah. So they are both taking 40 plus 52 times 2.
though they did succeed, so it'll be halved.
Yeah.
So what is 144 divided by 2? It is 72. I would have guessed that off the top of my head. All right, so
Both
that
take
is
62
boss
damage.
takes his first damage. Is that a 3 action?
Probably not. Let me see.
Well, you might want to check that. That seems kind of important.
It does, doesn't it?
It is 2 actions. I can see it right
is
there.
2
You have
actions.
an action left. What would you like to do as you stick your magic casting
Magic
hands through the
bats.
crack in the door?
So Matt, if this went through the roof, does that mean that anything above us also got hit?
There is nothing technically above you.
Okay. I was just curious.
I just imagine an Avi
I-
Avi like the Elmo meme.
In
Paws and wings outstretched with
room
like
is now-
meteors falling behind
The,
you.
the room is now filled with sort of almost melted swirls of melted glass from the heat and impacts, and you guys
Damn,
realize,
let's go.
the
Really?
other 2 floors of this building are above the room you guys are in.
Oh, pretty.
It's like a
Oh,
little
nice.
tower with a greenhouse off to the side.
Avi, I never took you for a glass blower.
Do not put that on me,
Sometimes-
Crystal Calf in the chat. I am not good at quick maths. This was just very easy math. It didn't initially involve any 7s.
You mean quick maths?
Yeah, there were no prime numbers involved. With this.
Straight to
No,
jail. Straight to jail.
no,
Jail.
no,
jail.
no.
Jail. Jail.
I would like
1
to
million
roll
years
some
dungeon.
manner of knowledge check, please, with my final action.
I'm going to say you don't need to
Just
because
so
these
it's
are the same
secret.
kind of creatures you fought in the other room.
What
So
about
I'm
the
just-
other thing?
It's the same kind of thing. He's just a bigger dude. I'm just going to remind you that they have no resistances and they have immunities to death effects and
Oh.
drain. So nothing you need to worry about, unless you try and use Finger of Death, I guess.
Technically called execute now.
Thank you.
For being a
Cool.
friend.
And none of
So
them
they're
are
immune to drain.
within
Got it.
Range, I think, for Needle of Vengeance.
So would you feel better if I did make a potato emote?
Yes.
What do
I
you think?
look.
Fortunately,
I
then,
can't have emotes yet, so I need a
Yes.
meat and potatoes.
I like potatoes.
You'll get them
Can then
shortly.
I make some manner of knowledge check to see what that ritual is that they're doing?
Yeah, actually, that would be an Arcana check. I'll let
Yeah,
you
do
use
that
your
with
action
the
for that
same
then.
secrets.
I do like a good thing of the maple,
35.
the brown sugar maple beans.
Ooh.
I can't remember the actual
Yes.
name of it. The baked beans.
34.
I do like a good can of that.
Only when
Um,
brought to me in a cup.
You know what? I'm going to give you this, even though you rolled a 3, just for sort of context clues. You realize this is where these guys are coming from. He was probably summoned first, and then he started up summoning minions. And this is, if you guys hadn't got here, this is potentially the start of like a campus invasion. So it's good you've maybe nipped this in the bud.
You know, if we had a nickel
Yes.
for every time we stopped the invasion of the campus before it started, we'd have 2 nickels now.
I feel like
That
we'd
is
have
the-
quite a few nickels.
What's a
I feel
nickel?
like
Yeah,
That
that
is-
is be more.
I said
That
before it
is like
started.
A copper
The
piece?
I believe that is the third time in 3 days that you have made that joke.
Yep.
So now you got 3 nickels.
I do.
so.
Yeah, if it works,
Has
it
that
works.
circle been destroyed, perchance, by the multiple meteor showers that have been dunked on it?
I'm going to say
You know,
it's at least
cracking the ground.
it's at least been disrupted. You know, magic circles are very fragile a certain way. If you throw a rock into the middle of them, it stops, you know, the line, the circle of power and stuff. So, no, you don't need to worry about
Boy, did
ones
I
being
drop some
summoned.
rocks.
You know what else is fragile? This economy. And if we want to make little jokes in our fantasy game
boy.
saying that we have nickels when we have none, just let us do it.
How you doing, Zoe?
Oh, I thought
Zoe,
you-
little mid-combat check-in. How's everyone doing,
We're
man?
doing it.
I'm feeling great.
poorly.
This baked potato has no cheese and no sour cream.
That's not a baked potato.
Half,
Do you
half
have at
day.
least any butter or salt?
Butter and salt, yes.
Okay,
And
that's
bacon.
you're-
And
Oh.
bacon. But no
I was
Even as a
not
vegetarian, ooh.
expecting. I was not expecting that response. So, and it took me through a lot of emotional distress to hear.
Have,
need
get the woman
butter.
some cheese and sour
No
cream, man. What are you
cream.
doing?
Come on.
Come on, calf.
Come on, calf.
So faster than you would think possible for a creature this size, this thing moves 50 feet in a single stride and
Yeah.
is bringing a hunt blade,
Oh,
which
shit.
does have...
I feel like Avi and Charlotte both go.
Right, both of you,
Pardon me,
get,
no.
get behind the frog.
It seems like it's about to hit you with this glaive, but then it lashes out with this hand, and a whip made of actual like thorny shadow slices out because it has actually reach. The glaive, for some reason, does not. So I'm going to do 2 attacks on Avi through the crack of the doorway with the shadow whip.
Will that give Avi cover?
No, they're very good at their shadow whips, and you guys open it up. So that's
that
going to be
sure
a...
will hit.
All right, so 24
Yep.
bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
Um,
Uh-huh.
and then it's going to go for a second attack. 39.
Oh, meets to beat.
All right, 21 additional bludgeoning damage from a whip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
yeah.
technically. Yeah.
Let's
It's
ask our
forced-
resident. Let's ask our resident whip expert. Dezo, also knows Twitty.
I like
it. I don't know about fantasy, but as somebody who's studied the whip, it's a technically speaking, it's thick
Mhm.
enough to be a blunt forced object.
I think mine
we
also
move
has
on to
bludgeoning.
the big guy who's just going to turn, sees you guys. The door has now been kind of forced open by this whip attack. And the guy kind of looks over at you all and goes, "Ah, interlopers," and cuts an X in the air and just peels it open and steps through it and is going to dimension door.
What in the Gaius?
And he's going to step right here and is going to use his remaining action to strike at Igara.
What in the
Sure.
Gaius wannabe?
Nobody knew
Ah.
what we were referencing
No,
the
you
first
can.
time.
No, you must call me instead. Spoiler.
Quick, reference it again.
I got the
more-
reference.
More than half this call
Great
gets
sword.
that reference now. Hits does not crit.
I only get it because of stupid memes. I know things I shouldn't. 18 slashing damage.
I will take 18 slashing damage.
All right, we move on
Such
to
caffeination.
Lally Ho.
I adore you, Sarah.
I want that cup. I need that cup. I need that mug.
Ophelia, you'll be up next with your still good potato.
That's me.
That's you.
That's me, potato.
Hmm.
A very cute potato.
I mean,
Make all the other
alright.
potatoes
Uh,
go.
Igara-
yeah.
Igara is going to yell boost. And then Gamma's going to glow red.
Oh wow, a thing that is only verbal.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that's still not. That's still what I'm complaining about previously.
Yeah, it is. It is, Matt. Boost.
Hmm.
Then Gamma will do that.
I swear, I'm gonna make a stealth spellcaster that all of their stuff is silent.
You can do that.
I will.
Against the one that is currently menacing against red. These strikes will be against red.
I love how this
So-
combat is happening like over the two people crouching by the door.
42.
On
Very
the
small.
normal guy, that will
I'm crouched.
Small.
actually
S
barely hit.
L.
Okay, so that'll be
Schmoink.
27.
I've polymorphed from
So that'll be
6'2"
34 points
to
of sonic
like
damage from the first strike.
5'3".
All goes through. Out of the triple digits, thanks to excessive meteor strikes.
37 will probably miss.
Yes,
And that's
not
my
by
turn.
much, but Ophelia, you're up. A lot of things happened really quickly. There's now an angry dude in the middle of the room menacing Igara with a great sword.
That's fine. I can handle him.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we're fine. Bard song.
That will be a success, but not a critical one, so you get +2.
+2 electric boogaloo.
Quick, pick a color.
Pink.
I'm gonna go for this.
I don't even have to think. You said color. Pink. Oh.
Closest enough that can actually be seen.
I like lilac.
The pinks are kind of lackluster.
Color. Can I have a? Can
I
I
pet that
have
dog?
a? Can I pet
Can I
that
pet that
Over to you.
dog?
dog? Can I have a 10-foot burst circle? Pretty cool.
10-foot burst on whom?
On this one.
The one threatening.
Yeah.
Is it only on enemies?
No.
To attack foes within a range, may you cast a spell to you
All
choose the
creatures in a
range.
10-foot burst.
To all creatures. So if you put it,
I mean, because I can
Here.
see, I can see this, so I could just easily throw it in here. Especially if I hear Obby being like, "Ouch, ouch."
Yeah, if you want to hit him with the burst, that's fine. Yeah. That will be sure. I will quickly get him a reflex fortitude save. Succeeds, but not critically. So he'll take half damage of whatever this is. 31.
That's
50
33.
Thank you. 33. So that will be 16 sonic damage.
That's fast. That's fast maths to me.
I do need a little bit of good math for being a
And
DM.
that is my turn,
And,
Yeah, I'm terrible at it.
and that is
And-
why I co-DM.
and if I want to be, and if I'm a Boros player, I need to do math.
That's why I rely on my players to have better math skills than me. Like, for example, the one time I GM'd and had a Mel, who was a math
Mhm.
person, I was like, I just roll those numbers for me. Do those
They were
numbers,
so
please.
nice.
They're
They're
so
so good at
nice.
math.
They're so good at
They're so good
math.
Ba, 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 ba.
That's my turn. I'm done.
Endures in
Endures
darkness.
is like right in front of him. Oh my
yeah,
god.
Endures is a little scared.
Endurance, just step twice and get away from him.
I mean, the teacher's ordering to do that. He will absolutely do that.
Yeah.
Or there. And then he's going to give guidance to Igra for the next turn.
Yeah, that's fine. I got Krog Maga. We're set.
All right, we move on to Charlotte. A lot of things are happening around you very quickly.
That's fine. I'm going to inhale that. So it reduces the AC. I'm gonna go chug. And my eyes are gonna go
No.
sparkly.
Charlotte, don't use shimmer. It's bad for you.
And then I'm going to use that. Oh boo.
Oh, boo.
No, even with Bard's song.
37?
Oh,
No.
boo.
Is that a critical miss though?
It is not a critical miss. Their
Flash
AC, I'll
damage
just
still happens.
yes. For the two minion guys, their AC is for the record 39.
I rolled a 6 too. That was gross. Ew.
Ironically, the splash damage is higher anyway, so
Funny. Weird.
now they take the full splash damage still, though, right? Well,
Not funny, haha. Funny, weird.
Yeah. like no one ever describes a funny smell as being amusing. No, it's a funny smell. All right, so Charlotte, that is 2 actions, I think.
Yeah, even with their -2 on their AC, it still wouldn't have hit. I think what we're going to do after that is we shall try again with something a little bit less and hopefully roll a little bit higher just in case. No.
Wait, is the
Not a critical
is
miss.
the -2
No,
their 18?
only from
Then
cover.
it becomes 39, or does it become 37?
It reduces circumstance bonus from cover, and they don't have that, so it sadly does nothing at the moment.
Gotcha.
It's good for people hiding behind barricades.
Understandable.
Unless you're a
I was
French
wondering
child.
about that too. You had good instincts there. All right, moving on then. Avi, back up to you, and then the big man who's standing. Pardon me, no, the guy who's standing right in front of you goes next.
Beautiful. Let me hit him with a cheeky little cone of cold. Boop.
Oh, that's right, it does, doesn't it?
39 reflex on the non-boss guys. All
My
right.
tinctures suck.
Critical
Ah.
success. He's got your number.
Sure she does.
Just like
He doing a little dancey dance.
now, that was a cone though? Are you
It
getting
sure
the other
was.
guy?
Yes, I'm getting both of them.
All right, so I will for Blue then, who might fail because of his friend not giving a warning. Yes, he critically fails.
Oh.
He's like, wow, my friend is so good at fuck. She got him.
The duality of number rolls.
Yes.
As
Relatable.
above, so below.
Very
But
relatable.
yes, the positive and the
Ooh.
negatives.
Ooh, all right. So 46 plus Bard Song is 48, doubled. That's going to be 96 from the critical failure. Right? Because it
He
doubles.
turned into a little lion sickle.
I'm just going to say he just becomes like a frozen statue, which if you know anything about physics, it would kill him. If you're frozen solid, you are dead.
Super dead.
Only an act of true love can save them now.
Oh.
Or remember from your conversation with the one.
Somebody loved them.
Loved them.
Ooh. But if you
Yeah,
remember the
that's kinda what
conversation
they
you
might
had with the one who's hanging out with Shadowed Mariama, they have a very toxic definition of love.
That's
You
true.
can only engage in
Um,
toxic relationships.
I am
um,
then going to fly up.
It's rather
You
unfortunate.
man.
and
He is going to take an AO on you.
That's understandable.
You flew over. Okay, yeah, he'll use his actual hunt blade then. 35.
That misses.
You're too small and nimble.
I did too easy.
I hate
I'm also
Ferngully.
way up. I was already like at a height because I'm now just perpetually flying.
But that guy is annoyed that you managed to escape. And he is going to
Throw a fit.
no, you are 15 feet technically away, so he will step
No, that's
Yes.
not allowed.
and hit. Wow, the DM is doing
I'm
something
also
smart.
up high.
Uppies.
I'm at least 15 feet in the air.
Are
I did
you?
say I go up.
Okay. Good thing he's tall. And he is, in fact, 10 feet off, the ground. Because he is a large creature.
You know, if I did this to Lorigar on Wednesday, Matt would be yelling at me.
I don't yell. When have I ever yelled?
That
You
would
just
be
get very disappointed.
Yeah, Matt would be pouting at me.
Aww. That's worse. It's worse.
All right, anyways, Shadow Whips.
Oh no.
Where there's a whip, there's a way.
And you know what?
Oh.
Because I got the
There's
crit,
a
I will
whip.
retroactively do
There's
something
a
nice
way.
here. I will not make a second attack because I will say I stepped
Ew.
twice. That way I am absolutely even with you flying up within range.
I will do
With
something
No
nice.
DM
I will
bullshit.
put you out of your misery.
So
Well,
that
I will take that 40 damage.
Well, that's nothing.
I'll like it, god damn it. No, I won't.
I mean TMI?
Only one of us can
I
be.
mean it's a whip and
I see. Where there's a whip, there's a way.
I
Where
just
there's
forgot
a
that it
whip,
was a whip.
there's a way. Left.
I mean,
Oh,
I've had to
left,
read so many posts about a show recently where one character spat on someone else's face, and they're like, "Oh," and she wiped it towards her mouth.
She
What are
sure
you-
shit did.
Oh, is this arcane?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I want to talk to someone about Arcane,
I'll
but that'll
watch
be
it.
for a
My
later
Netflix
time.
is being stupid.
What was
I
that,
want to
McKenna?
watch it.
Talk to me about Arcane. I just caught up yesterday.
Anywho, then we move on to the big man who is going to look at Igra, look
What's
at
up, man?
Gamma, and go, let's see if we can do something about this particular double irritant.
I mean, how the hell do you even know we're connected?
You're both frogs. All you frogs know each other.
Oh, all these frogs look alike. All these frogs
Yep.
look alike.
Intentional.
Okay.
Intentional. He's the bad guy. Doesn't care.
Well, you know what? When other people's bigotry allows me to tank, I'm happy. Let's do this.
Oh, it's not a tankable thing. I am going to need. Actually, initially, there's no save. Will
Yes.
Igra disappears from this
Cool.
plane of existence.
Gamma still stays here.
Yes, but you cannot give orders to him.
I don't have to order him. He just gets actions.
How? But you can't give him actions. You're not here.
We share an action pool. Rules as
Mama
written.
is a good frog.
I'm okay with that, honestly, because your spellcasting is more annoying.
Good job, Ferg.
So subsequently, you will have to start making saves. Though you might be able to get out of it pretty easily. You're pretty good at perception, right?
No.
Is
Hi,
that
Teddy.
How long
is
does this
that
last?
is that
Oh,
a
it's the same.
visual effect?
But
Hello?
he is going to use his remaining action to just.
Hello, Teddy.
And wait, that has
Back.
multiple actions, so Gamma's going to take their AO on
Yep.
that, Matthew.
You're back.
Sure.
Yeah, if I crit this, the entire thing becomes mute. And if I crit this, hero point. Fuck you, game. Alright.
Well. Now, come on, sir. You were trying to force a crit. That was the uttermost
Do
of
it.
hubris.
You can do it.
41
You
to
did
hit,
hit.
though. Alright, so
did
that'll be a 23 sonic damage.
25.
25 sonic damage.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And then he is going to turn around and also whip Igra or Gamma.
Well, actually, let me double check that. Let's make sure I'm not fucking up how the summoner works, Matthew.
Please do.
Is this
It is your turn.
classified as another plane of existence? Let's find out.
Extra dimensional maze of Eldritch origin and trap it there. So I would say yes.
Eidolon.
I mean, does Gamma even stay summoned?
That's what I'm looking up quickly.
And then we all died. And then
I mean,
we
you already
all
downed one of them, and the other one
died.
is looking pretty damn hurt. You guys are in a good position. It's just going to be a bit of a time to chip through this guy's health now.
Yeah, well, I'm more just looking to see if I... You manifest your Eidolon. Your Eidolon appears in a space adjacent. If your Eidolon's already manifested, you Eidolon is no mere minion. Communicate telepathically at all times.
Oh, McKenna, I'll have to also tell you the saga of DJ Punky Mike, which is a whole journey I've gone on while you were gone.
God.
What the fuck is a DJ Punky Mike?
You know how I have a habit of telling the same story over and over
What?
again?
I've told this story twice, Will.
And I missed it both times, apparently.
Yes, you have.
Was that what
Clearly.
the kids
It
are
is-
calling it these days?
It's mostly an example of the marvel
funky.
of just naturally evolving lore for a character. Like, you know, you go into a TTRPG with kind of like lore in mind for your character and everything, but then just because of roles and things you have to improvise,
Harry
lore sort
killed
of develops.
Garloff.
That's not been necessarily proven.
Mm.
We never saw the body.
Where the fuck is it? Unfettered Eidolon. 45.
I need to open my window. It's getting a little hot in here.
This is the thing that we haven't had to deal with
getting
before.
hot in
Oh
here,
no!
So put on makeup on. Bow,
My
bow,
headphones have a little
bow,
crack in
bow.
the cable. Quickly, I need some electric tape.
I don't normally get far enough away from my Eidolon to be for this to be a problem.
We're all learning something today.
Yeah, well, I'm having to look through this very poorly laid out section of the rule book for Eidolons.
Poor layout in a Pathfinder.
Your Eidolon must remain within 100 feet of you all times. Can't willingly go beyond that. If forced beyond that distance or reduced to 0 hit points, your form dissolves. Okay, so I'm technically on a different plane of existence now, so I would assume Gamma goes away based off of that then.
I honestly think that would make sense.
Yeah, which is a bit of a pain in the ass because it does just mean that I'm going to have to spend an entire turn re-summoning him when I get back.
Oh no,
That's-
Will, I'm sorry if my villainous monsters have inconvenienced you.
They have. It's been a very large
How-
inconvenience.
How dare you? How
So
how
it's a
Still
one
objection I
action.
stab you or something.
What's the
Um,
DC I
Ooh.
need, Matthew?
You need to make a DC of, let me double check. Their
It's their spell save.
Spell DC is 40.
Okay, so I cannot succeed this without a 16.
Survival or perception?
No. Critical success.
Ooh. Critical success. You escape.
Boom. I come back with one action
Wait, hold
left.
on. Why did you roll twice?
It's one action. Once each turn they can spend one action. Ignore me. So I fail the first one, and that's my entire turn.
No
Unless
progress.
you use a hero point.
He
Nope.
already used it.
I already used it to try to stop it from happening. I needed that
Well,
crit
no.
on the attack.
Let us not obscure history. You use your hero point to try and force a crit.
Yeah, I tried to stop the spell from
Okay.
happening.
That
That's
was
not
good.
obscuring history. That's literally telling history as history
I
happened.
know, but I want to make sure we were describing how you did it.
Yes, I used my hero point to try to stop the spell from happening.
Yes, by doing a very unlikely thing. You were trying to force a critical hit on an attack. Anyway. Ophelia,
Anyway.
Ophelia,
5%
you-
chance.
as far as you can tell, Igor has abandoned you.
Better odds than the fate, gotcha.
I mean,
He'll be back. I'm sure he went out kicking and screaming.
he probably like swore and then got cut off in the middle of the curse word.
No, I just said,
Yeah,
all right, well, if I come back and you're all corpses, it's not my fault. Boom.
You did not get that whole sentence
No,
out.
you
There
did not.
ain't no way.
Well, if I
Yeah, you had
Yeah.
less than 6
As I'm just walking through this maze, I was like, okay, I don't have my resurrection spells prepared. If we have to
Alright.
save someone, we save Avi first, then
I'm
Charlotte.
gonna roll this. Performance check is to see how long Bard's song will stay up for me for the
lingering
next
performance.
couple.
Make myself something.
That
I believe.
is a success.
All right, so that'll stay up for me for. Let me pop that. Let me pop that in the chat. Let me pop that in the chat. Ooh, let me pop that in the chat. Where'd it go? Where did it go?
There's a fun
43.
energy, a little unfocused, but
Wait,
I love it.
Where did it go?
Is
Why
it
can't
your
I
43?
Why can I not find it?
You just did a 43. Was that what you were looking for?
I think how many rounds for lingering
Yeah, I'm
performance?
trying
Oh,
to see.
Oh.
Why is it gone?
lingering composition, pardon me.
Ouch.
Success is 3 rounds.
Okay, that's okay. I thought that was.
So,
critical
and I believe
success.
that's a bonus
Wait.
action, so you have your full turn of action,
So
sister.
that is my bonus action, and then I'm gonna. So then, as the next thing, it has to be casting Bard Song. So.
Ah.
So for the next 3 turns, I won't have to cast Bard Song. But for this turn, this will cost me this, and then I'm gonna pop that Phantom Orchestra that is still on this dude in the room. So please make me another Fortitude save.
Fortitude save. Is it sustain or? Okay, yeah. So you only have to spend 1 action to do that. So you'll have 1 other
Yes.
action.
Yes.
Caster using multiple things. That's a fort save, right? On the big guy himself. Not sure if it's any
Yes.
different, but I'm gonna check.
Yes, please.
Critical failure.
Oh,
Igra
okie
punched him in the knee on his way out, and he can't.
You
Sure did. We was mad.
All right, so it with Bard Song, it's a 36, so that will be 62.
72. I used
You
a
are
calculator.
correct. Thank you.
I don't know math, but I know a calculator.
I mean, you do know math, then yes.
I know one.
All right, so that's a good chunk of damage,
And now,
especially for a
let's
sustain spell.
see. I'm going to bow this person in the face.
We can only hope.
Bow them in the face, real good.
I mean,
43.
even before Bard Song, yeah. 13 damage. He goes,
15
"Ow."
damage.
Thank you for reminding me. All right, nice even number there.
That's not
And that brings us to Endures in Darkness, who does not like that his professor just disappeared.
And slurry of cuss.
I mean, out of all the professors that could disappear, I feel like I'd be the one that Endures would be least bothered about.
No,
That is
Endures is
absolutely
your
not true.
homie.
He looks
You
up to you and
always
admires you so
advocate.
much.
Endures
Endures.
loves
You're
you
his
a weird amount
favorite.
for how awful you are.
Yeah.
You're his
I mean,
favorite,
I
weirdly
think it's
enough.
Stockholm syndrome.
I was going to say that, but Stockholm Syndrome does not actually exist.
One of those things where like Igara's the hardest to impress, so Endures in Darkness tries the hardest to impress him, which is really sad.
Igara
Eight
is
plus-
Igara as a teacher is everything that I do not do as a teacher because I think it is
Oh.
harmful to students. It's like, oh,
I again forgot to reprogram this properly, but I'm looking at the roll. So it's 8 plus 29, so that'll be 37. So Bard Song might pump it up if this guy doesn't have a better AC because he's a boss. He does, unfortunately, so it misses.
Pump it. Aw.
louder.
Louder.
Turn up the radio, blast the stereo.
And he's going to do
now.
something potentially dumb, and he is just going to move down here to try and draw the guy's attention away from Ophelia.
Aw. Sweetie, I just shot him in the face. There's no way that works.
Well, now at least he can't get both of you with an AoE potentially. Charlotte. The room is suddenly a lot less froggy.
That's okay, because I gotta focus on this guy in front of me. Because I'm not leaving Avi Avi by herself.
That's
So
very
we're
fair.
going to move into the room to get within a range. So that's my first action. And the second action is to use Scholar's Gamble. That would be a 43 plus 2 for Bard Song, so 45.
Did that hit?
Yeah, that will definitely hit.
15.
15
you
you.
say.
damage and 3. So that's gonna be blinded 1. Oh no, sorry. Give me a DC will save, please.
A will save.
Give me a will save.
All right, for the normal guy.
It will not
look at it.
save.
okay. Avi's not by herself. She's got a whole
That
orchestra in there
will
with her.
save, unfortunately. Okay, so it's not blinded, but it still takes that damage
Yep.
from the Scholar's Gamble. And then as a last action, I'll try for a second attack. That won't hit, unfortunately. So
Avi, you see your alchemical companion come to your aid, and you are emboldened, despite the fact that you've been whipped with nasty whips.
Oh. Well, let's see if I can hit him with a disintegrate. Bam!
Oh!
I have emboldened you!
The Elmo
So,
hands once
Now,
again.
whatever his save is, Matthew, the success goes 1 degree down. So he now makes a fort save against obvious spell save DC.
All right, a fort save.
I've distracted him long enough for you to disintegrate him.
Success becomes
Becomes a failure. So they will take the full 51 points of 50.
That's
Let me just describe this for you real quick.
Oh, 62 damage. Ignore me.
64.
4.
Let me describe this very quick.
Ooh, a
You
full stack
point
of
out with your
damage.
the little finger, that is, part of your wing. You just kind of point out real crooked like, and a dark kind of beam of power just kind of spirals out of your finger, hits him directly in the chest, and it's just like, what did you? And then sand, just sand. He just turns to dust.
I don't feel so.
Mr. Waymaker,
it's-
I don't feel so poof. Or I don't know, maybe they
So
go back to the
in
shadow
chat,
plane,
all I
don't know.
can think
They
of
do.
combination between meteors falling from the sky, disintegrate the amount of cold is dun 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 dun
Yup.
dun 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 dun, and her wings go up, and it's like
Avi proving that she's a raid boss.
Wasn't there like an old rule
She didn't even
in
turn
like
into a dragon this time.
in old
Now
D&D
it's all little baddie.
that if you kill a demon on the material plane, it can't come back for like 100 years?
For a year.
Ooh.
Is it
Yeah,
a year?
for a
Okay.
year.
Yeah.
I just
A
remember
year. That's
because
why that Rakshasa kept coming
Grist-
back in Critical Role.
Oh, that's right.
It's like, damn it, stay away!
Rakshasa.
Getting real tired of teaching you this lesson, old man.
old Tony the
One
Tiger with the weird
action.
hands.
So I'm going to put myself out here in front of Charlotte. Well,
gonna put yourself out?
because I'm still above her, but
Avi. Typical Avi saying they're above us all.
I mean,
Yuck,
in the
what?
physical sense.
What world?
something personally that was never meant to be personal.
I'm not on this plane of existence, thank you.
All right.
What else am I
like
going to
we
do?
can still hear
we
you.
move on to the Waymaker, who spends an action to sustain Maze.
Good. I was going to wait and see if you actually sustained it or not. Then I was going to be like, Matthew, I'm back now.
Oh, sure. I can be merciful with the people. I was about to call you students.
Oh, yup.
Where's that coming from?
Been a minute. It's been a
Rude.
minute since we've been students.
I mean, personally, I
No.
think we're all students of life.
I'm gonna roll a D4, and 1 to 2 is gonna go after Ophelia. 3 to 4 gonna go after a closer person who is Little Mushroom Man.
Shut the door. 5, 6. Pick up sticks. 7, 8.
He is
lay
going
them
to
straight.
stomp over, loom over in Jersey Darkness,
Oh.
and bring down his great sword on him.
The hell did Norver do?
So squishy,
I
please.
shot you in the face. You are a coward.
I mean, Endurs is
You
in
don't
the triple
want more of
digit
this
hit
smoke.
points.
No.
Endurs
Dodge
has
it!
Endurs has triple digits of hit points. I don't know why we're so worried about him.
Because he's
love
our
him.
little mushroom friend.
What is 2?
But- You know, you can believe in your friend's ability to take care of themselves.
Friend
Kidding
is
me.
friend is a strong word.
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
And also, the guy
That's-
just kind of brings this, like, he actually hits Endurs with his greatsword, but he turns around and is like, "Don't worry, it's fine. I'm just trying to get his health low enough so I can use execute on him." And
But
then he
you should
smiles
know-
evilly.
You should what? Yeah, I shot you in the face. You're a coward. Coward. Loser.
Yeah,
He's a-
evil.
He's a lion, not a
Loser.
cow.
Love Ophelia just way over there. Lizzie.
I mean, it's a very bard
Loser.
thing to do. Very bard thing. Igra, give me your survival or perception check.
At some
Fortnite
point,
dancing
at
over
some
here.
point, this poor man, well, not this poor man. At some point, this villainous man is going to be falling into a pit of lava, and will be sad, but they'll have deserved it. Nope.
Lava,
Well, that's me.
lava, lava.
You somehow
Oh.
find an even smaller maze and start to Jinji Ito your way into it.
Oh no!
This is my maze. It was made for me.
I don't know this reference, but I'm sure I should
How does
be
it
horrified.
fucking feel? How does
Wait,
it
why is that
fucking
Elish, why is that Elish Norn so attractive? Anyway. The Jinji
Will-
Ito Elish Norn card. It looks really good.
Oh my
No, no.
Well,
No, no.
I would like to
no, no.
remind you, you are simping over the Magic the Gathering equivalent of Elon Musk.
No. No,
Swoops in,
no.
takes credit for everyone else's
No,
work,
no.
does nothing
No,
herself.
no. Atraxa did so much more. And Elish
Yeah.
Norn helped her as well. Elish Norn did
Oh,
so much.
What
I
did
will-
Atraxa accomplish?
Atraxa accomplished the entire dominate. It's we won't get
I
into
recall her
magic
having
cards.
a district dropped on her.
What do you do successfully? Quickly.
I might just crawl into a weirdly accurately human-shaped hole right now. Goodbye. Sorry. I'm just gonna crawl into this
Matthew,
hole.
we can have a Magic the Gathering lore debate. Although, now that Magic the Gathering is going to be half universes beyond, the story doesn't really exist anymore anyway, so it doesn't matter.
What is
doesn't make any
story?
sense.
None of the Magic characters matter anymore because it's just a smash-up game. It's just the
Okay,
ultimate showdown.
misanthrope.
I
Anyway,
wanna go. It's my turn to go
it is
now.
your turn.
We
Ophelia.
need the fortitude
I need to-
save.
I need to hug my cat. There's too much negativity in this chat.
I'm not negative. I'm completely neutral and telling the truth. Fort save.
Matt just
That
doesn't like
is
it when
Whoa, you're supposed to get
What
a
don't I like? Will
41.
tell me what I don't like.
No.
It's not real contentious. Real.
I'm laughing. I'm red in the
Oh,
face.
yeah, I'm enjoying
Um,
this. It's hilarious to me.
33. So that's a failure.
You're supposed to get a 41.
That's very petulant. Okay, that's going to be a full 20 damage then.
28 damage.
28.
28.
Bard song.
Bard song
Wouldn't
is
it be
up.
just 20 then?
What?
No.
The damage is
What?
18.
Huh? You're looking at the wrong spell.
Oh, I'm looking at Canticle of Everlasting Grief.
I'm
Sorry.
looking at Phantom Orchestra.
All right.
28 damage. And now make me what is this? Make me a will save.
All
So
right, that's-
fortitude was for the orchestra. Will is for this canticle.
Yes.
Are you for the Canticle, Will?
I am. I enjoy a good
Are
canticle.
you for the
Oh.
canticle?
All right, and a will save for the Canticle. 41.
I'm sorry. I
That
want to
will-
snuggle.
Just be fine.
All right, so half damage. So 10.
So that is not correct.
Oh,
3, 4, 5. That actually is correct. Just kidding. So
thank
Right.
you, strange wizened crone who has
That
apparently taken
actually-
Ophelia's place.
you are so fine. Frightened one. And you cannot use
You have
Spell.
untucked yourself from your arm sleeve, sir, and now you're in
Frightened
a
one
weird
can't benefit.
spot.
Okay. That
move your
was
arm.
Ophelia's turn. Endures in Darkness is slightly flailing at this dude being in his face.
There you go. Are you good now?
He's gonna try another
No.
Stone Lance. It's his last focus spell, but he can get one of those back later. Still can't get that. I thought I programmed it right this time.
Loser.
12 plus 29 will be 41 plus Barn Song. That will actually hit. So this is casting a spell in combat, so he's going to get an AO on him.
Get him.
That's going to be 64 piercing damage, though, which is a significant chunk of his health left. As
Come on, Endures. Get that
Grim.
loser.
yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Get him.
Great
Get him right in the
Sword
skin.
does not crit.
There you go. 24
24 slashing, though.
Atta baby.
And then Endures is just going to step because he can.
That's a baby in a
sweater baby.
Charlotte, you are
sweater
up
weather.
as I do the 24 damage to endures.
I have a little sweater baby.
It's a
He's
sweater
so
weather.
Sweater weather.
Aw.
He's a sweepy. He's a sleevey little guy.
A sweepy
Oh, I
eepy?
A sleepy eepy, a sleevey little guy. I am going to enter into the room. I've entered the chat.
I'm just gonna say, it
I
looks like he's wearing a
can't
little leprechaun coat.
It does. It's a little frog. It's a little froggy sweatshirt. It's got little eyes and everything, but it makes it very difficult. Anywho, I am going to throw a thing. My assumption is that Igra here in this area is still within a separate plane, correct?
Yes.
Yes, there's ghostly images of Igra, like,
Oh no, Igor's just sat down at this point. He's just sat down. He's like, I'm not.
All right. How much is the +2 bard song? So that's gonna be a
46.
46 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
So hitting that guy with 19 fire, take that additional 10 splash,
Oh,
and he's got
and as you hit him with the fire thing, it sets all his horrid kind of black, weird shadow hair on fire, and he just and he runs and he tries to hurl himself out of a window to try and find some water, but he sort of like disintegrates into ashes as he goes for the window. You have defeated him.
And that's why you buy the fireproof fursuit.
huh. Charlotte just kind of looks and goes, huh. I was not expecting that reaction.
Notes. Yes.
Yeah, yes, yes.
How many more of these guys do you think we got? Because I'm starting to get a little tapped here.
Well, let's go disrupt fully that little glyph first, because that might be a summony thing that may or may not
6
be
seconds
burning.
later, Igra appears sitting on the floor, like twiddling his little froggy thumbs.
Oh no, I have like my Medicine tools out, and I'm starting like the process of getting them ready to patch everyone up. It's like, all right, no one died. Good.
No, we're good.
Endures of Darkness now has a little, like, you know how sometimes mushrooms
Oh,
cut through the hat?
it's like Chip, but a mushroom.
For a second there, I thought you meant the professor. I'm like, wait, what?
I mean, Chip also
Yeah.
had a scar. I meant like the sentient teacup.
Because he was missing a tooth.
That was a long-lasting, baleful polymorph, I gotta say.
It's a really powerful spell, all right?
Yep.
Gotta hand it to her. I want to learn more about the look. Can we get a story about the witch herself? Like, the live action gave us
Oh,
a
yeah.
little bit of her. Like, she just looks like the witch, and everybody's like, "Oh, Agatha." I was like, "Is that what?"
Who's that messing?
And I
up
killed
everything?
Sparky, too.
Was Agatha all along?
No, they
Like,
retconned that.
Agatha, unfortunately, is a stereotypical witch name.
I mean,
I think it's
it's a very old Marvel Comics character. They were not exactly groundbreaking in terms of...
No. I
Fucking
mean,
conventions.
in the live action Beauty and the Beast, they turned the spell, the woman who
Enchantress.
cast, the enchantress who casts the spell. She's the old witch, or not the old witch. She's actually quite young. The witch from the village, whose name is Agatha.
All right,
Mm.
so
Ta-da.
you guys are left alone in the greenhouse, which has been thoroughly wrecked by 2 barrages of meteors.
I mean, there's still components I can gather.
I mean, does
I'm
people
sure
want
there's still
to
things.
give me a perception check?
30
Especially on the magic
minutes.
circle.
We spent
I
30 minutes
would.
to get everyone. to full hit points.
Unfortunately, my
Thank
arms
you.
are busy.
Wow, is there...
Priorities, Matthew.
He's-
33 with discern secrets. I did not roll very high.
33. Well, specifically, all right, Ophelia and Avi. Avi, you get the impression the circle is pretty wrecked. No one without a few hours worth of work and the knowledge necessary is going to make this summoning circle work at all again. So you're good there.
This is why I go to the gym, people. I need to build up the muscles to carry this damn cat one-handed.
Aw.
But Ophelia, you actually make an interesting little discovery. You're walking in to kind of look at things with Avi Avi, and you feel a little tug on your shoulder of your outfit. And Floribunda, who has popped out of her hiding place, is pointing at one of the nearby plants. She points out, or Floribunda points out, there are one of the plants has some growing bulbous berries, one white and one blue, growing from the same stalk. They look a little unusual, though it might take some special knowledge to understand what they are maybe capable of.
You want a snack? You're hungry?
Floribunda kind of looks at them and just kind of tilts their head and then gestures at like into your pack where some potions are and seems to be kind of like pointing at the potions and at the berries and then back at the potions.
You want some juice. Okay. I'm just kidding, I'm kidding. What potions do I even have that I remember?
They start kind of gesturing over at Avi Avi.
She starts looking at the potions. Avi.
Yeah. What's up?
I will put her on over.
The potion of let's see, we have the potion of undetectability in a whiskey flask.
Uh-huh.
I know that. Floribunda says that these are weird. She points at the berries. And then she's pointing at the potion.
What's up with the berries?
You want to do some sort of check,
Oh.
perhaps?
I thought she was
Anybody
hungry.
good with nature?
Perhaps.
Oh,
Nature is not my strong suit, but I can.
the
do a
druid
lot.
ambles over.
I'm generally good at nature, but
All right, 44. Endures in Darkness can tell you that these guys are actually, it's a magical plant that they actually talked to some students at one point about, some fellow students. These are an attempt to create plants that essentially grow what are the equivalent of potions. And these ones specifically are, there's two potions, they're different ones. They function as major potions of retaliation. One is cold, one is electric.
Oh, big alchemy is not going to like that.
A potion of retaliation, for 1 minute after drinking a potion of retaliation, you glow with a faint aura of that energy, and a creature that touches you, such as making an unarmed attack or using a spell with a ranged touch attack, takes 48 damage of that type.
Ooh.
And because these are major ones, they also damage adjacent creatures that hit you with a melee or weapon strike. So they give you a retaliatory aura, essentially.
That sounds like tank business to me.
It does sound like tank business to me.
Speaking of
Ego,
tank
we got some
business,
berries
Igor,
to
are you
go.
okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. That sounds like put into the bag to sell to people later business.
Where's Gama?
Gama's got desummoned. I haven't spent the minute to summon. Well, not minute. The 6 seconds to summon him back yet.
Let's do that, and then we can give him some berries at an opportune moment, so that
Yeah.
you know when he gets hit, they get smacked.
Yeah, everyone,
Alright.
you guys get back up to full health, I imagine.
1 second.
Also,
Frog
Also,
hand sign. Summoning.
I don't remember who's outside the door over here.
Mariama's
Why?
lying in like shadow coma.
Oh, right.
On
Yeah.
punch
Taking a
escape.
nap. Avi Avi has put like a little safety blanket over her, one of those crinkly silver things.
Just every 5 minutes,
The emergency
I
blanket.
tell Endurs to go and non-lethally hit them in the head to keep them asleep.
No, they are in a weird coma. Well,
Okay, we're good.
Bonk.
they're in a plot coma.
Plot coma.
They'll awaken just when their evil twin returns and attempts to steal their husband out on the veranda.
The veranda.
Not
the veranda.
Hurt your eyes.
I mean,
The
they're-
pavilion.
if it wasn't, of course, that their husband had already not fallen down a mysterious elevator shaft onto some bullets and exploded.
Timmy
Summoning
sounds well.
Jitsu.
so he was the evil twin as well.
Ooh.
I went to a soap opera drama camp one year.
Oh my god. Wait.
I
like,
played a father with estranged daughters who was addicted to eye drops.
Incredible. Wait, I want to go. That sounds fun.
And gasp! My daughter was so scared to tell me that they liked girls. But it was a shock enough that I got over my eye drop addiction. It was a weird summer.
Weird summer.
Sounds like
Imagine
a
this,
cruel,
Will,
cruel
me
summer.
running around the Forks filming a soap opera.
Oh, you were doing the M2IP one.
Yes.
Yeah.
God, this was so long ago. In fact, Will, I bought my first Magic cards while at a MTYP camp.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
It was a Armageddon pack. It's where I got my
Listen,
Skyfolk. Anyway,
the amount of addictive things people got into while doing M2IP programs in the summer.
Like eye drops?
Like drugs?
No.
I mean, it's Drama Kids. But yeah, all right, you
Anyway.
guys are healed up. Gamma is back. What's on the next thing? There appears to be a stairway leading up here that has thankfully not been damaged by excessive
So-
meteorites.
just like hypothetically, why do we leave this building up?
What do you mean?
Like, we literally know a magical ritual that reconstructs buildings for us after we've damaged them. We got that like 6 books ago that we could just use to reconstruct this building afterwards. Why don't we just bring this building down on anyone inside of it? Because so far, everyone's tried to kill us.
I mean, did not Avi just attempt to do that? Because I'm pretty sure she did.
I'm just saying.
Greenhouse
like,
is in pretty bad shape.
It's
Alright,
being
but-
pretty destructive, Igora.
well,
Sorry, it's not destructive.
I
it's
totally
pretty,
think you should
Igora.
do that, Will.
Yeah,
You-
you need
you
to
know,
be
I'll
more
just wait.
destructive.
that's fine. I'll wait to take this out on a tree eventually.
My hand hovering over the non-standard game over button.
We would leave the building before we brought it down. We're not idiots. I may have a negative.
No, but yeah,
intelligence.
but you would destroy your only chance to stop things.
Somehow I always manage to forget that Igora has a negative intelligence. I really shouldn't. You gave us plenty of reminders.
And he's a professor.
but-
It's a force of charisma.
Oh,
Okay.
that's not good. Shouldn't you be on the lecture circuit then and not in a classroom?
Yeah, but here I am.
The only thing standing between you and your goals is you. And
Hi
your
there,
goals.
my name's Igora, and welcome to How Not to Get Killed by a Bunch of Lore Speakers, and this is my TED Talk. Today I'm going to tell you how not to get killed by a bunch of lore speakers.
All right, are you
Stop
guys heading
getting
up
in
the
our
stairs?
fucking way. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna move you all to the next thing, and it doesn't matter where you're standing because there's no combat encounter in this room. Amazingly. Grab Charlotte. Grab Ophelia.
I was trying to be productive and move for you.
I appreciate
I'm
that.
sorry.
All right,
Aw.
so I will give you the block text for this room. The lounge. The pavilion's second floor is a single large room with stairs leading up both up and down. A low table carved from a single enormous block of wood sits in the center of the room atop a richly woven carpet scattered with pillows and cushions. Several scrolls and quills are spread out on the table. 2 terrariums, one on each side of the room, have shattered, the sand inside them spilled onto the floor in conical piles. So, there doesn't appear to be anything in this room like alive, like there's no creatures or monsters or anything, but something seems to have happened in here. What do you guys want to do?
Do y'all want to do a quick magical sweep of this room before we go through it?
I think I can hit him with the good old-fashioned combo of read aura detect magic. An oldie but a goodie.
And I'll just make a perception check.
I just want to fluff those pillows. They look so comfortable.
Roll to fluff.
Oh, what? Those pillows? Fluff.
Fluff.
Jesus Christ.
McKenna, get your head out of
Wrong bard, you bonk, bonk, bonk.
That's a stereotype, McKenna. The bard. Mildly surprising, especially considering this is on the Magambia and this is in an academic building on the Magambia. There is no magic in this room. You might find the tiniest sparkles of magic on the parts of the glass of the terrariums that were shattered, but because you are experienced with this, you get the impression that's only because possibly something magical was used to break them. The glass itself is not magical anyway, it's just incidentally. Like a magical creature or person holding a magic item may have come by and elbowed the terrariums open. Also notable, because I'm going to assume you get close enough to inspect them, the terrariums are completely empty. Whatever was in there is long gone. Oh, sorry, McKenna, I can't hear you.
Can I do some manner of investigating to see maybe what lived there?
Yes,
What I
feel free
see
to
lived
give
there?
me a perception check just to look around.
Sure.
Anyone else wants to can do the similar?
I like a perception.
43?
All
I'll
right.
take the 43.
Both of you find something.
Ooh.
Avi, using your keen deductive mind, great experience, you read the label on the terrariums. It says Ant Farm.
Oh no. Oh no.
Um,
Not this.
And Ophelia, you find something a little unusual in the scattered sand. There's something sparkly. But you know it's not magical because Avi swept it. But looking down, you with your keen eye for style, fashion, and all things shiny and valuable realize there's a fair amount of diamond dust mixed in with this sand.
Why is there diamond dust here?
So, I'm just going to give this to you guys because it's not really important. From the perception check, if you were to take the time to sift the diamond dust from the sand, each pile would amount to probably, you're just guesstimating here, 6,000 gold pieces of diamond dust.
Oh my god.
Grab them.
Holy
What
shit.
That would
should
take
be
it will take a
here?
little time.
We're not in a rush, are we?
Well,
You can always come back.
kind of.
Yeah, like we can grab it on the way out.
Yeah.
Because it is
hopefully.
literally trying to sift dust from dust.
Well, what spells need diamond dust as components? There's Revivify, which is not a thing in Pathfinder.
There's a couple spells that
Um.
need diamond dust and like some magical rituals that need diamond dust. So it is also just 6,000 gold, basically, in dust.
Sure. And you wanted to blow up the building.
I mean, it still would have been here if we blew up the building. Diamonds are
But it
surprisingly.
would've been much harder to find.
It would have been.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Anyway, so
I'm also going to say
can I
there
maybe
is a
do-
much maligned painting of Old Mage Tembe on the wall where it's like, and you're like, that's a terrible painting of him. We've seen him. They got his dimples all wrong.
Aw.
It's not accurate at all.
dimples.
No, it's like done Jatembe from memory.
So, can I maybe do some sort of arcana check to recall what spells and rituals might have needed diamond dust as part of. But then, if it was part of the casting, it would have been consumed.
Yes. You're just going to say that this may have been some bizarre experiment attempting with the ants to like try and infuse them with like benign magical energy or something. And considering the ants
That
are
couldn't
gone,
go wrong.
well, again, you point out the diamonds are still here, so whatever it was attempting to do did not consume them, and thus did not happen. This was
Sure.
most likely a failed experiment, especially since now that the ants are gone, it can't continue.
Do we get the impression that the ants are dead or that the ants have left?
There is no amount of dead ants lying around anywhere.
This is why I'm glad I don't wear pants.
Okay, Igra. But there, I guess there's no
Charlotte
like,
just gives you a look.
ash or anything of that nature.
No, the ants have not been
Sure.
consumed in some fiery ritual or something.
Sure.
No ant-sized
Okay.
piles of ash.
Okay, KKK, got it, great.
Gotcha. Well,
Don't worry, these are
there was
Chekhov's
a
ants.
ritual.
and I think it failed. And now we got ants all over the Magambia.
Roll for someone's picnic to be ruined.
What do you want me to roll for that?
A D100.
All right, I can do that. Give me 1 second.
47. Because you rolled under a 50, someone who was going to propose at a picnic today had to postpone it because ants got into their
You know,
cupcakes.
that is a perfectly. That's actually probably going to save them a lot of trouble. So
Whoa.
What?
never propose in a public place. Like never propose in like a big public crowded place. Like right now, the Gambia campus has the big festival going on for us.
Well,
Sound like
yeah,
a
don't do it if you
secluded
haven't
little area.
talked about it already. But if
Yeah.
you've already talked
That's
about it and
true.
agreed,
Some people like a
absolutely, it could
spectacle.
be very
But-
romantic. It depends on your partner and their preferences.
I'm just saying, I've never heard it characterized as a festival before. Now I'm suddenly picturing people are selling like Avi Avi, Charlotte, Ophelia, and Igra masks.
Oh, terrifying.
No, they're cute. They're like chibi ones. They're like cute.
Aw,
ones.
they can never get our noses right.
Does Charlotte have a nose?
She
I
does.
do
Let me look at the
actually.
character art real quick.
Can
Yes.
confirm I drew it on myself.
I have a nose in this form.
Yes,
Yes.
that's
Thank
Um,
you.
But yeah, there's another stairway leading up.
Up the stairs.
Up the stairs we go.
We ascend. Also, I would like everybody,
Oh.
including those listening in chat, to know I can no longer feel my right arm. It is dead.
Chubby baby.
Oh,
And I
Hold on a
tried to
second.
write with my left hand, and it is the scrawlings of a toddler. So I can't write notes right now because he is quite literally curled up in the tiniest little ball with his head burrowed in my shoulder. And I
That's a
can't
baby.
do it.
Hold on a sec. So, weird thing. Compared to all these rooms, the next room doesn't have the visible stairs. It has
What?
a box with a T on it, which I don't know if that's.
Is there a trap in the next room?
I don't know.
Is it a puzzle room?
If there's no
It's been a
hazard,
while since
then
we've
the
had a
T
puzzle
might be
room.
where the stairs are.
You know what? I'm gonna have to assume they are. So I'm gonna move them there, and then it will be breaking because it's gonna be a thing. I'm gonna move Igra first,
Gamma first, but
Comet first. Well, you might want to put him back.
why?
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help
Nope, that-
me.
there,
So
right
help
there.
me. So help me.
To have room for everyone to come in a reasonable fashion. And you guys enter this room, and you see three familiar faces.
Uh-oh.
Who's this
You
one?
see Corriday, Habram, and Anchorroot.
Well,
Anchor root.
Somewhere in the back of the room
Oh,
is
no.
a mean looking like little chicken. Anchorroot's little.
it's fine. Anchorroot's really easy. Anchorroot, wait, I'll take care of Anchorroot right now. Look her dead ass in the eyes. Anchorroot, people are
What do we do
expecting
here?
things from you. Lots of things. So many
Turned,
good
like-
things.
Completely goes monochrome and just falls
Yeah.
over. Just like loses all color and falls over
Aw.
like the horror.
We just non-lethally took out Anchorroot.
So this seems to be the source of what's going on in this building, and we will settle this and see what the future holds beyond this, because you do notice there's a door behind Corriday.
Adorade?
A door.
Adorable.
I
Hi,
Adorable.
Anyway,
Adorable.
thank you all for joining us. Please be sure to check out the other shows on the channel.
Don't
and
forget to remind me about Battle Cry at the start of next week.
Yes, I will try. And if you're in the chat at any point and a survey pops up in the chat, please go ahead and do it. It would help us out a lot. And until next time, everyone, stay in school.
Toodaloo.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Magic school.